Do you want to know what to do when he thinks you're not relationship material? Hey, I'm Antje Boyd, creator of the Magnetize the Man method. And let me tell you, there are so many gold nuggets in this one that you will not want to miss. So one thing you can do that to really overcome this concern that he might have is, first of all, check in with yourself, right? So we're always projecting. So my question for you would be, if a woman would come to me, is how do you know that he doesn't think that you're relationship material, right? So did he tell you that? You know, did he have other kind of girlfriends that looked different than you, that acted different than you? So how do you know that you're not relationship material? Are you making this up? Because the real question is, that maybe this is a different video, right? Is like, he's not asking you to be exclusive with you, right? So that's number one. It's like really asking yourself, okay, projection, what's happening, right? So tip number two, why he might not want you to be relationship material with you, this is going to be good for bloopers, is actually looking at, do you have your own life, right? So I think for men, especially specifically my husband and I, we have 5-year wedding anniversary, right? It's particularly really important to have your own life. You went through this morning, right? He's really happy. I'm on purpose. I know who I am. I know why I'm on this planet. And I also, this is going to go into the next tip, I also can own whatever's going on inside of myself. So what do you have going for yourself? Do you know who you are? Are you on purpose? Are you following your pleasure? Are you following your pussy? Are you following your juice, right? Or are you just constantly disappearing in his agenda, right? And that gets really old because he wants to see freshness and surprises and expansion and disagreements and edges, right? We want to see all of it. Why? Because then we actually know we can truly trust the person, right? Unless we feel that, we see that in the other person. I don't know about you, but I don't trust someone where I just see they're always nice and it's always pleasing and they're always round and everything is always wonderful. This is all stars, unicorns. Okay, it's never going to happen. Number three, why he might think you're not relationship material is that maybe you're dating all kinds of other guys. I don't know what's going on in your world, right? So maybe you are actually not that committed. You know, maybe you like to have the attention from other people, from other men, you know? Like, maybe you love the approval, right? Like my friend called it the approval addiction that so many of us are suffering from. So if he feels like, yeah, you're very much in your, you know what I mean, and your flirtatious way of being, right? But it's not really like this long-term, deep connected, long-term vibration that you're really bringing in, but instead you're flirting a little here, you're flirting a little there, you need a little attention here, you need a little attention there, then he's also going to feel like, yeah, it's not going to be like long term because I don't think she's really interested. So especially for my compensated, okay, anxious attachment styles, I know who you are, because if you're compensated, you come off as little Miss Independent, right? So while you actually yearn for the love and for the affection and for the support and safety from your man, how you come off is, I don't need anyone, right? So you might have a resting bitch face, right? I have clients who come to me all the time and they're not even aware of, right? I have them like look in the mirror and be like, you know, if I was a man, I would really think you're not really that interested, you know? You're really like a little aloof, or maybe you're taken, or it's just not your jam right now to be in a relationship. So I would definitely stay a little bit further away from you. It's a little bit of a spiky energy. So if that's the case, then tip number 4 is really looking at, like, what do you want to protect inside of yourself, right? Can you actually step into powerlessness? Because we're making so much sure, you know, all the high-powered women that come to me make sure that the men know that they won all the championships in tennis, and that the men know that they graduated from Harvard, and that they were the CEO of this company and that company, right? And have this award and this degree, right? And let me tell you, men are not interested in that, right? Because they usually, the men that I talk to, that my husband works with, they tell us all the time, look, like, I can have this with my buddies, right? Like when I'm thinking about my wife, right? Relationship material, right? I want to have like something spunky, something surprising. Yeah, sure. I want to be able to, I want to know that she can take care of herself, right? That I don't have to pay for everything. And then I happily, of course, do it because I know that that I don't have to do it, but it's not, she doesn't have to be this gazillionaire, and she doesn't have to own her own company, and all those different stories that we're all making up in our mind, right? So those might be some of the reasons why he thinks that you're not relationship material, and that cover a wide gamut, right? From actually being, you know, flirtatious here and there, right, to actually sending off the wrong signals and actually saying, oh wow, well, I'm independent, right? I don't need anyone. Maybe you're not as emotional, and he reads the wrong cues, right? Because look, who you perceive yourself to be is not who you come off as. So you have to know that. So if you're struggling with that and you're like, gosh, Antje, I really need help, right? I always attract those men, and for some reason they end up with the next woman, but not with me, then I invite you to come on a Magnetize the Man clarity call where we get crystal clear what's incongruent inside of yourself. How can we get you back in your queen gruity, right? In your queen integrity, and so that you're aligned, right? And that you effortlessly attract the man of your dreams. So for that, hop on over to magnetizetheman.com and grab your slot as long as they last, because we're shifting things around here. So if this is like one of the last weeks, so you want to make sure you grab that slot, because we're going to have some different things that are occurring very soon here.